It's basic. It's fantasy. Can't ask for much more than that. Stick around. Hi, folks. Old Man Grognard here. And today we're going to talk about one of my favorite retro clones, which is Basic Fantasy by Chris Gonnerman and the OSR community. Chris was the guy who came up with this. He spearheaded this whole thing. And this was back in 2006. This has been around for 10 years. I can't believe it. It boggles my mind. I had a little, when I first found out about it, I had a little pushback because that was a few years ago when, he was changing things like making it ascending armor class and all that. And that's like, yeah. We got all these other retro clones. What do we need this for? But I've come to reappraise it. And I really like what I see. First of all, there's a really nice community around this game that play it. And there's quite a few supplements and things for it. And the best part about it is it's all free. And we're not talking about free versions of other retro clones where it's a no art version, you don't get a cover or anything. But no, this is the whole thing. You get the whole thing on PDF for free. You cannot beat that. I mean, you don't even get, you may get a supplement or something from the retro clones, but the whole line here is free. I can't believe it. You can still buy them at cost, but we'll talk about that a little later. Okay, what is Basic Fantasy? Well, basically it's a BX clone, the 1981 Moldvay Cook version. And it's got a little bit, just a tiny bit of 1E mixed into it. Some of the things he's changed. Ascending armor class. Okay, no problem. I used to have a problem with that. I don't anymore. And the armor class is just a little tougher than the normal, say, Swords and Wizardry. The Swords and Wizardry, like plate mail 16, here it's 17. No big deal. Race and class are separate. They do give you an option to multi-class, but only for elves, which I found interesting. And they can only be fighter, what does it say here? Fighter magic users or magic user thieves. It gives you the basic 4 races and 4 classes, no more, no less. So you get a lot of nice combinations. Now, if you go on their website, you see a lot of options they play tested where you can add a few more classes like the assassin and things like that. And also some races, the half elf, the half orc, and the gnome. The gnome has already gotten added to my game. Thank you, Chris. They put an attack bonus on things like for attacks. That's what attack bonus is. Personally, I don't see the need for it. I mean, yeah, you got this little bonus that goes up as you go up, but why add one more number to the mix? Why can't you just make the AC go up a little higher, or something like that? I'm all for simplicity, and this is why I don't care for 3.5 and Pathfinder 2, because the less you have to do to hit somebody is the better. Okay. Like I said, you got the 4 classes and races. You have individual initiative. Now, I don't play it this way, but there it is. You can do it if you want. I think I do kind of a hybrid of, okay, individual initiative for the players. The other side, they get group initiative. Because I just want to, I'm not going to fool with individual initiative for NPCs. No way. Unless they're really, really, really important, or somebody else is playing them, aside on the side or something like that. I just don't see the need for it. But there it is. It's right there. And no alignment. And I read another reviewer, they said it was really subtle, and it was, because I missed it. In fact, I had to go back and look again. I said, what? No alignment? Nope. No alignment. I think that's I'm not going to say it's a godsend, but it makes things a lot easier. Makes it a lot harder for the characters to figure out intentions of certain NPCs and things like that. But You know, that's part of the game. That's more of the fun of the game. This is the book. If you get it printed out, this is what it looks like. It's about 166 pages. And got something in my throat. And it's real tight editing, 2-column editing. Here's a sample page. And there's the elf and the dwarf. And it's really clear and concise. And things are where they're supposed to be pretty much. Here's what the bestiary looks like. It doesn't have every single beast you're going to need in there, but it gives you a great core to work with. They have another book called the Basic Fantasy Field Guide that kind of rounds that out. Speaking of other books, this one right here, you can get on Amazon. I buy most all my stuff through Amazon because I have Prime, but you can also get it through DriveThruRPG and Lulu. I mean, the PDFs, forget about it; it's free. But if you want a print copy on Amazon, $5. See all these? This is pretty much the entire line of Basic Fantasy. That's it right there. And I paid a total of $32.51 for all of them. So for around $30, you have a whole system. In fact, this is cheap. This is cheap enough. You can buy a few copies, hand them out to players. And if you don't want to do that, on their website, they have a nice little 14-page quick start document that you can print out, basically saying, okay, this is how the system works. Your GM has the book. Let's go. I highly recommend this retro clone, Basic Fantasy by Chris Gonnerman. Go out, grab the PDF, grab all the stuff. If you like it, get the print like I did. It's on its third edition right here. And it's a great game. And next time we're going to talk about his other retro clone, Iron Falcon, which is a little different, but it's a great buy too. So go out and get Basic Fantasy. I mean, it's really starting to come on its own. And if you want to talk to me about this, you can always get hold of me at oldmangrognard@gmail.com. Until next time, bye-bye.